Thanks for staying with us on the Sport Show. Time to turn our attention to the Southern Footy League. Of course, gets underway this weekend. It will be a massive weekend, and the Pres of the Southern Footy League, Craig Warman, joins us. Craig, thanks for your time, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having us, boys. Trial games are over.
Exciting time. Hey, most footy's been suspended because of the gather round. Southern Footy League's gone, no, we're good to go.
No, we're good to go, and the reason why, because we're only a 9-team competition, and to throw an extra bye in would have completely messed the program up. And again, when we looked at it through the eyes of the supporters, Adelaide are playing on Thursday night, Port are playing on Saturday afternoon, no different to a normal home and away game situation. Perfect. So why would we change our whole year's program to fit in one game?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem with your program. Just a little bit of a problem. I want to know how come Cove would get a bye in the first round when what you need to start the season are numbers and crowds. What's going on, mate? Why are the Cobras having a bye?
Well, unfortunately for the Coves, it was their turn. It's on a rotation basis, year by year, when we do the program. Last year, they played in the first round. Next year, it'll be someone else's turn. So, unfortunately, for Cove, it's their turn.
What I don't like?
No, I've got another theory.
Is when he gives me a good answer.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Don't like. I've got a theory for you, mate.
Fire it at
Well,
me.
last year, Cove finished just outside of the finals.
Just outside.
Yeah, so they're just outside at the start of this season on games played, mate.
So,
let's talk about it, mate.
It just looks like a great round.
It does look like a great round. Of course, mate, Saturday, Noarlunga up against Morphett Vale at Noarlunga.
Yeah, a couple of old heads in the coaching situation there. Michael Hamby, of course, South Adelaide. Joshy Thorless, ex-South Adelaide captain, go head-to-head as coaches. That'll be a terrific game. Both clubs have recruited very well in the off-season. Noarlunga, always hard to beat down there. But I'm going to tip an upset there. I'm going to go for the Emus to get over the shoes in that one.
A bit early in the year to be going for a bit of a roughie, mate, but that's okay. The big game really is Flaggies v Ranella. Now, that'll be at Flaggies?
Yes.
Big game.
Well, they need an advantage.
New coach, Zaney Kirkwood?
Yeah, Zane Kirkwood, and I believe Sam Jacobs is playing in this one as well.
For
Flaggies?
For Flaggies.
Yep.
So,
just under the salary cap, Flaggies.
Yeah. Didn't like finishing third last year.
Yeah.
Went out and recruited, got a few players back as well from other clubs. So Flaggies at home, always going to be hard to beat. Ranella lost their big ruckman Cam McCree, who's playing down at the Bay, number one ruckman at Glenelg at the moment. And it's interesting because Russell Van Vliet, who coached Flaggies last year, he's the assistant coach at Glenelg as well. So, look, Flaggies at home are always going to be hard to beat, so you'd have to tip Flaggies in that one.
And you can ill afford to lose big blokes, really.
No.
They're
but
diamonds at the minute, aren't they?
But in saying that, Ranella have recruited big this year as well.
Okay.
They've got a couple of blokes, one from the Barossa Valley, one that played for Woodville West Torrens, both 6'8". So they've certainly recruited well.
Good on them. Yeah.
You're going for?
Flaggies at home.
Yeah, no, I'm going for Ranella.
Oh,
because Ranella's my team, you know that.
I might even give you a nod here. I might even
jump on the Ranella. You're going to jump on?
Yeah.
Well, you should have jumped on last year.
Bill will be glad to hear that.
Yeah, mate, Happy Valley up against Christie's Beach.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one because Happy Valley lost Big Gaten Beck, the full forward who's been leading goal kicker in the league for the last 2 or 3 years, and their centre half back Jason Shergott. They're gone elsewhere to play this year. They've got some good talent coming back. Harry Carrison, who had the year off last year, is back as a ruckman for them. Christie's at home are always hard to beat, but in saying that, Christie's have also had a mass exodus of players with employment, etc., and they're building on the back of their under 17 and a half premiership side that went through undefeated last year. So they're going to be a very young side, Christie's. Hopefully they'll get enough senior blokes around them to build their brand into the season. But at home, toss of a coin, I'll go the Saints at home.
Going for?
Saints, Christie's Beach.
Christie's Beach, mate. The big one, of course, Saturday night, night game at Port Noarlunga. Port Noarlunga up against Aldinga. You know, it's the Chris Lee Memorial game. It's going to be a big one.
Oh, very much so. And, of course, you don't get any bigger than the coach of Port Noarlunga, do you? Jars.
Yeah, he has bulked up. He has bulked up.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Yeah, he has
he's
bulked
fading
up.
away.
So,
there.
He is a big presence. No doubt.
You can expect a huge crowd down there at Port Noarlunga, of course, and being a night game as well, kicking off at 7 o'clock. The Leahy family are guests of honour at that particular game. Pat, Chris's wife, is going out to toss the coin at the start of the game. So, yeah, look, a really big day for the Port Noarlunga Footy Club. Of course, first time they'll use their new facilities down there, new change rooms and club room. So you can expect a packed house down there at the Cockle Diver.
Has Jonas dragged any with him?
He has.
Yep.
They've recruited very well. They've got a lad from Strathalbyn, and he played association football for Great Southern. Very well credentialed. Also, you've got 4 or 5 others that have come back to the club. Tommy Dix, a male medalist in our league, who was playing at Maiponga, he's come back to play. Hedges come back to play. So, yeah, it's really united the club. And, of course, that's also on the back of winning a couple of really good junior premierships, under 13s, under 15s. So they can see the investment they've put in over a long period of time is now going to start to pay dividends.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Fitzy's in the background doing a lot of manoeuvring too, you know. So I reckon he's not that far away from coming and settling back in Adelaide. So, and he's building a mansion down at Port Noarlunga. So he's
very much so.
Heavily involved. Now, but I've got to ask you this, coaches have superstitions. And I know this for a fact that Andrew Jarman likes to have a candle, scented candle burning.
Excuse me?
A light in the coach's box to keep him calm while he's coaching. Did it in his days at North Adelaide. It doesn't work all the time for him, I can assure you of that, but just letting you know that you might need a fire extinguisher from time to time at the Port Noarlunga games when Jars...
What, to hose the candle or hose Jars?
Both.
Sure.
Did you
Wow.
didn't know
I
that?
didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know, there's other ways. A lot of coaches keep other coaches in the box with them to...
Calm them down.
Mate. I can remember Hinkley with his... turning around at, can't remember what
I can assure you of this, mate. Once the game's on, doesn't matter what method you use, the coaches don't go stay calm.
Well, I was going to ask you that question. You know, you've done it. Did you use anything? Did you have anyone there to help you, to calm you, or not?
No, it's a bit different for us because we're right in front of the crowd, so you can't react. Obviously, you're in the coach's box, you can get away with a little bit more until they bang the TV cameras in there, so you can educate yourself to do it. Hey, mate, it's going to be a great start.
It is.
Big weekend for the Southern Footy League. Saturday nights will be an absolute beauty.
Yep.
Get down there this weekend, support your team in the Southern Footy League. We'll be back with more in a moment.